Hello guys from Vittorio. Alex is not here, he is busy with the Euros, but Maurizio Sarri just finished his first press conference as a Lazio manager. So I thought there are a lot of things to talk about and I thought you needed a quick update of all the topics Maurizio Sarri talked about in this first press conference as a Lazio manager. So the first thing he said is why he chose Lazio. He had a lot of options, but he preferred Lazio for basically two reasons. Reason number one is he's convinced that Tare and Lotito will give him the opportunity to do what he wants. So be free from a tactical point of view, choose which players he's going to pick and which he's not. The club is going to be giving him independence and not complain about things. And the second point is the team. He said he needs a couple of signings, but he believed that this team has quality. The mentality is good. He thinks that in this team he has some players perfect for his type of football. So that's the two reasons why he chose Lazio to restart. He talked about a lot of points. The first thing is he would like to start with the 4-3-3, but he's open to change because he needs a winger to play with the 4-3-3. And so if that winger doesn't come, then he has to think about other option. He said he will play with a four-man defense. That's a given. Felipe Anderson, he confirmed it. He said that Felipe Anderson's talent is undoubtable, but unfortunately his big problem is lack of continuity. We saw Felipe Anderson playing great for 3 months, then disappeared, played great 10-20 minutes, and then the rest of the match disappeared. He's gonna try to understand why Felipe Anderson cannot play at the same level for one season. He believes that if they fix that, Felipe Anderson can be a terrific signing for Lazio. He talked also about Correa. He said that the player asked to leave, and that's why Lazio is trying to sell the player. But if he wants to stay, he's more than happy to keep him, and Correa would be the left winger. So if Correa stays, Lazio will play Correa, Immobile, Felipe Anderson. Talked about midfield. He said that Luis Alberto cannot play in the Jorginho position because he likes to keep the ball, he likes to run with the ball, so that position is not suited for him. He said that at the moment, his starting midfield is going to be Milinkovic-Savic, Luis Alberto, and Leiva. He said Leiva, it's a little bit too defensive mind for him, but he thinks that with Milinkovic-Savic and Luis Alberto, that would be a perfect midfield for the moment. So we don't know if Basic is going to come, but you know that's his starting midfield. He talked about his eye. He said he knows my mentality, he knows my football, so that's going to be a huge advantage. He talked with Lazzari this morning, and Lazzari said, look, I was looking forward to start playing with a four-man defense, so I'm really looking forward for that. He believes that Lazzari will have no problem at all to adapt to this type of football. He said, I had Mario Rui that was smaller than Lazzari, so I don't see why Lazzari cannot do it. Talked about Maruzic. He said Maruzic played a central defender, so I think he has no problem at all to adapt to a four-man defense. Talked about Ciro Immobile. He said his performance at the Euro is great. He's going to score, and he's going to be perfect even for the 4-3-3 that he has in mind. So no doubt on Ciro Immobile. Talked about Luis Alberto. He said that he didn't show up, but he's sure that they're going to solve the situation. He's not on the market. So he's looking forward to talk with Luis Alberto soon. He said one thing important. He said at the moment, Lazio have too many central strikers. We have Immobile, Caicedo, Murici. He needs two. So one of the two has to go on the market, has to be sold. He didn't say his name because he said at this moment is useless, because if I say, okay, I want to sell Caicedo, but no offers arrive an offer of Murici, then he's going to sell Murici. So we're going to see what happens. And he said, I'm going to start at Auronzo with the 4-3-3. I don't have a winger at the moment because I only have Felipe Anderson. So probably a youngster will start there. We don't know if he's going to be Raul Moro or Luca Romero, but he said, I'm not scared of starting the summer training camp in Auronzo with a youngster playing that position. So no problem at all. Obviously, he hopes to have another winger as soon as possible, but said the transfer market is going to be quite complicated this summer, so he knows that it's not going to be easy to fulfill all the demands he has. But he said it's going to take time to Lazio to adapt to his type of football. So fans has to be patient because at the beginning it's going to be complicated. But he's convinced that this team has everything he needs to perform at the football he loves. And he said if the team's going to fight and work hard during the week, then in the weekend, during the match, they're going to have fun and they're going to play the football we love. And the fans going to enjoy it. The goals. Well, first year is going to be complicated, but the long-term goal is to fight for the top position. Champions League or even above. He said that he believes that if the team works hard, we're going to be able to fight for this position. He's been asked about the Europa League. He said, well, the biggest problem of Europa League is it's a tough competition. Playing on Thursday is not easy. With Chelsea, he won it because he had a lot of players available. He had a big team, so he could rotate players. But he wants the team to shine in Europa League. He says, European competition are very, very important. So I want that Lazio plays well in the European competition, goes as further as possible. It's very hard. This year is going to be more competitive. And when the 18 from the Champions League is going to arrive, it's going to be more complicated. But his target is to do as best as possible in the Europa League. He's not going to be avoiding that. He wants to play and do the best possible. So that's a big change. And I think that's pretty much everything. I tried to sum up the long press conference, nearly 1 hour. So if you have questions, write it below. And if you haven't subscribed to the podcast, please do it as soon as possible. Ciao, ciao.